Good morning, this is Gavin Welch, Keller Williams Realty, Lakeland, Florida. This is today's hot list of properties for today, Tuesday, October 20th, 2015. Now I'm changing the format today. These are only foreclosure properties that I think would be good investment properties. I've gone through the list of over 100 properties and pulled out 12 that I like the best. I'll go through each of them individually and give you some background information on these properties. And if you need any more information on these properties, you can reach me at 863-670-0303 or at Gavin Welch at Keller Williams Realty, KW Realty, .com. That's Gavin Welch at KW .com. First property I really like is 210 Woodland Trail in Auburndale. I've personally been through this house. It's a double wide mobile home. It's a HUD home being sold as is. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for sale for $20,000. The reason I like it is because it's for sale for $20,000. But if you look at the report here, it's got an ARV after market value, after repaired value of about 52. So that is a good margin on this property. It does need some interior work. It's got a leak in the roof and everything. But I believe this property's got some potential. And this is 210 Woodland Drive, Auburndale, Florida. Next property I like is 802 Avenue X Northwest in Winter Haven, Florida. Again, I've been through this property. Nice little property. It's only 974 square foot. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's got some potential to it. I really like this property when I walk through it. And I believe there's some margin. You could rehab it and make some money on it. Let me show you what the after repair value is going to be, like 60 to 78, 78 and a half thousand dollars, 78.5. So if you buy it at 20 through 27, there's a lot of room there to make some money. So this is 802 Avenue X Northwest, Winter Haven. Next property I like is 2460 State Park Road, Lakeland, Florida. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a mobile, built in 2005. They're only asking $29,900 for this property. So you could either rehab it and sell it. You could rent it out, long-term rental, whatever. I scrolled through the pictures. I have not been through this property personally, but I think it's a great property, and I would consider it further. Mobiles. This has got some acres, some land to it. They're asking $29,900. If you go and if I look and get some more information, I think there's some margin here. I can't find what the ARV is, but I would. This is one I would consider to pick up, or maybe to flip, or maybe a good long-term rental. I like mobiles. Mobiles are pretty hot right now. Okay, so they're asking $29,900 for this property. It's bank-owned. It's the ARV after repaired value or whatever AVM is about 59, somewhere in there. So you've got a decent margin in there to fix it up and turn around and resell it. And that is 2460 State Park Road, Lakeland, Florida. Next property I like is 601 4th Street in Polk City. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Again, it's a mobile, built in 2003. They're only asking $36,100. So again, for this property, you could flip it, clean it up, flip it, rehab it, flip it, hold it long term for a rental, or you could always do a lease option on it. But at $36,100, put some rehab into it. I don't think you'd be doing too badly. Let me see what the ARV is. So asking $36,100 for it. There's no estimate on it. Hold on, let me look somewhere else. And I don't have any information. At one point, this property was listed at 105. So I think there's some wiggle room. I would look into this property a little further, see what the neighboring properties would sell for. And that, I think the neighboring properties sell for around 50, 55. So that would be a good property I'd look into a little further if I was looking for an investment property. All right, next property is 401 Orange Court, Haines City. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's 1,053 square foot. It's only been on the market 12 days. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with a 1-car carport, spacious living, kitchen, eating, dining room, detached shed, built in 1974. The pictures on it looks like it just needs to be updated, painted, some new flooring. Just needs to be updated. The regular kitchen and baths and that type of stuff. It looks like the wiring is there, or it may be harvested. I don't know. But this house would need an inspection. But the reason I like this house is they're asking 39.9, and the after repaired value is, it looks like to be around 100. Here's 78 over here, but if you look at the map, everything in the neighborhood is in the low 100s, 119, 120s. Here's a couple 80s. So, you know, if you turn around and sold this property at 80, and bought it for 40 and sold it for 80, now you're going to have, you know, probably 20,000 in rehab. You're probably going to be at 50. But there's some margin there. So this is a property I'd really look hard into, and this is 401 Orange Court, Haines City. Next property is 709 Hemlock Lane, Lakeland. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It is active at $54,900. Built in 1981. Again, it's an REO bank owned. 1,120 square foot. Again, they're asking $54,900, and you come do some research on it. And the ARV is around 70. The after repair value is around 70. The neighborhood here has some. There's a 95 for sale. There is a recently sold at 60. There's some recently sold. There is a distressed at 83. So there's some markup here. But at 54.9, it's worth looking into. I don't know, I don't know exactly what you can get out of this property. You do some further investigation, but I think this property has a little bit of potential there. Next property is 3815 Owens Road, Auburndale. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, built in 1971. It's bank owned, and they're asking $56,500 for this property. It's 988 square feet. Country living, blah 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 blah. The pictures look decent. Needs a little work on the exterior, maybe some roof. It has a large detached workshop shed, a 26 by 22 concrete block shed, which is really good. So I think you could fix up the house, do some rehab to the house, and there'd be some margin in it. I look at the comps on this place, and it says 123. So, there's really a lot of potential there. I don't know how accurate this is, but with that detached shed, you can probably get a little higher for a little bit more money for this property with some rehab. So this is a property I'd really look into, this 3815 Owens Road, Auburndale, Florida. Again, if you need any more information about any of these properties, you're welcome to contact me. My phone number is 863-670-0303. Next property is 609 Caribou Court, Poinciana, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Built in 1985, bank owned. 62.4 is what they're asking for it. This is probably not going to bring up anything. Again, houses in the they're putting an 89.4 for an after repaired value on it. Most of the properties in the neighborhood are in the 100 range, high 90s to 100s. So this property I think has a lot of potential also because there's a markup there. Excuse me, I don't think it needs a ton of rehab. You could just do some basic updating. It looks like it's in good shape. It looks like it's livable as is. So again, for 62, you can turn around and rent it for a year or two, rehab it and sell it and make some money, or you could rehab it right away and turn around and make some money. Either way, I think that property's got some potential. Next property is 295 South Winona Avenue in Lake Alfred. Offered at $67,900. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, not optimal. It's 1,809 square foot, so it's a good sized house. Let's see what the okay. So they're putting it between $60,000 and $80,000 for the a real sale price. If it wasn't distressed, let me look at this and see if there's any information. No. So I think this house has some potential. This is a house I would look into. If there's no potential there, then I'd move on. I'm not enamored with this property super, but I think there is a little bit of potential over there in Lake Alfred. 309 Lake Ned Road in Winter Haven. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, offered at $80,000. Again, bank owned. 1,388 square foot, heated. And where are these guys at? These guys are at $80,000. Okay, and the ARV after repaired value is low 100s, 113. There's 105. There's a 320 across the street. There's a 185. I think those are probably lakefront. Yeah, those are lakefront. So I think you could probably get low 100s, 120s for this place. Doesn't look like it needs a ton of work. This is what is this, 309 Lake Ned. Doesn't look like it needs a ton of work. Just looks like it needs to be painted, maybe cleaned up a little bit, add a little extra pizzazz. I don't, a black and white bathroom. Update the kitchen a bit, and I think this Lake Ned would be there's some potential there. Next property is 7725 Manor Drive, Lakeland. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, Ashley Estates. Offered at 82.9. REO bank owned. 1,266 square foot, built in 2002, so it's a newer home. All right, and this one I pulled this one out because it's listed for 82.9. The current ARV, or what I'm considering after repaired value, or the realtor's valuation model, is 88.9, but I don't think that's correct. They're all asking 82.9, but if you look at all the other houses in the neighborhood, they're all like low 115s. House across the street sold for 135. House next door is 133. Other house next door is 116. They're all 130s in this neighborhood. High 110s to 120s. So this is a house I would look at. There might be some potential in there for rehab. I think the inside's in decent shape. It needs to be painted. This blue is hideous. It needs some floors, a little bit of touch up. Hot water heaters there. It doesn't look like the wiring has been harvested. It just needs to be cleaned up, some new flooring, modernized, whatever. And I think you have a lot of potential here. AC unit looks like it's there. So this is, again, this Manor Drive is one I'd look into. Okay, last property that I would look into is 7968 Charleston Boulevard, Lakeland. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, Magnolia Manor. Listed at 89,600, built in 2001. Get into bank owned. It's only been on the market for 4 days. 1,164 square foot. Amazing deal for the location. Solid 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Nice looking house. Looks like it's in decent shape. They're asking 89.6 for this place. ARV, or aftermarket, automated valuation model, is putting it at 97. But again, if you look in the neighborhood, everything's going for 113, 110. Here's a recently sold for 125. Here's a for sale for 150. 110s. They're all 110s and 120s. So if you could buy this one around the 80,000 mark and put a little bit of money into it, maybe 10, 15, be at the 90, 95, you could probably sell it for 120. And those are just round numbers, and this is just my opinion. But this is one I would look into. It's fresh on the market. I think they're a bit high on it, but I would look into this. So this is what I'm calling my new daily hot list of investment properties for the Central Florida market. I appreciate you looking at these properties. If you have any questions, you can reach me at 863-670-0303. My name is Gavin Welch with Keller Williams Realty in Lakeland, Florida. Thank you very much.